Hi and welcome. My name is Tolan and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Meet. In this video, we're going to continue the using the file menu section of our course, in which we'll look at number 2, the keyboard shortcut for opening a workbook. So with that, let's get started. Now, of course, in order to open up a new workbook, we would have to have Excel open. I'm going to, again, click here on the Excel icon on my quick launch toolbar. And once I'm on my quick launch taskbar, we have this Excel menu that opens. Now, if we're opening Excel for the first time in a session and we want to open an existing document rather than create a new document here, we can either go and select one of our recent documents here on this menu, or we can go to open other workbooks. So I would select this and then we get the open menu, and I'm going to go ahead and select this number here, which says open customer sales data version 4. So once we have this document open, you'll notice that we have these different tabs. And when we have Excel open, once we have launched Excel, the application itself, we have a keyboard shortcut that we can use in order to open up existing documents. The keyboard shortcut is Ctrl O. Pressing the Control key and the O key will again bring up this open menu, and we have a few choices. So we have, again, recent workbooks, OneDrive, which is Microsoft solution for cloud-based storage, particularly if you have an Office 365 subscription. You can open documents from your computer, or you can add a place, such as if you're connected to a local network. Again, here, let's just say that we want to open up a recent workbook. I'm going to go to this file here. I'm going to left click with my cursor and it would open up that file. Now, if you did not know the keyboard shortcut Ctrl O, or perhaps you're like me and you often forget these keyboard shortcuts, there are a couple of ways to do this manually. The first would be to, again, take your cursor and, like when we were creating a new document, click here on the File tab. Once you're clicked on the File tab, you'd have a series of choices such as Info, New. We're going to select this third or fourth choice here called Open. We're going to select Open, and again we get this open menu. So we have recent workbooks, the OneDrive, computer, or these different individual items. I'm going to go to my computer. I'm going to go to, say, Documents. It would launch this dialog box. I would maybe go to my test folder, and then let's just open up customer sales data. So a third method, right? A third method that we could use. A method that we could use if we forgot, the keyboard shortcut of Ctrl O, or maybe we don't want to use our mouse, we don't want to use our cursor and manually click here and come to open. Instead, we can again use our access keys. So in order to use our access keys and activate the Windows ribbon, we would press the Alt key. Pressing the Alt key once will activate these access keys, essentially these little keys here with the little different letters. Then we can press F for file. Once we're in the file menu, we could press O for open, and it would bring up that open menu. If we want to open up recent workbooks, we would press R. If we wanted to open up OneDrive, we would press K or C for computer. Again, I'm going to press C for computer, and then I would go into pressing the number 2 for documents. It would again launch this. I'm going to go back into my test folder, and I would go here to maybe version number 2. So, as we did in the last video, there are 3 methods that we could use in order to access this function. In this video, it's going to be access opening a workbook. We can open up an existing workbook by pressing the Control key and the O key, which is probably the fastest way to access the open menu. We can manually take our cursor, click the File menu once, then come down to Open, click Open, and then select our individual file. We'll say a customer tracking example with logo. And lastly, we can use the Alt key. By pressing the Alt key, we activate the access keys, giving us kind of the ability to manually type in the functions that we want for a Windows ribbon. We press F for the file menu and then O for open, and then we could say press number 6 if we wanted to open up that specific file. With that, now that we've covered the 3 methods in order to open up a workbook within Microsoft Excel, in our next video we'll look at different ways to save a existing workbook within Excel. Primarily, we'll examine the keyboard shortcut Ctrl S. So if that's interesting to you, go ahead and move on to the next video. Otherwise, we will see you in an alternate video. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.